Hi guys, sorry, I got cut off. I've been having issues with my internet lately. I know, sucks. But I want to finish this up because I think it's super important, and I want to talk about how we can. Sorry guys, I got cut off before. I was just saying. Really sorry about that. But I want to finish it off with my last point that I was talking about. That this is all, you know, when somebody goes to you, this is really just a blessing, because we don't want to be with people that can't communicate their feelings. Like, imagine if you were in a full-blown relationship with this type of person. It would be very difficult to get any problems resolved or anything like that. So this is actually a blessing that they leave your life in this way, because you understand their communication style and you get a preview of what an actual relationship with the person would have been like. So definitely a blessing. I'm so afraid my internet's gonna go out again. But so I wanted to just wrap this up and say how to deal with it, right? So I remember myself I invested so much time with somebody, and then he just ghosted me after 3-4 months, something around the sorts. And we've been out a lot of times. I invested a lot of time in him, and it just killed me that he didn't give me the respect that I had wanted and thought that he would give me by just ghosting me. I thought a lot of the times, you know, thoughts in my head raced around about you know, sending him a nasty text, or you know, shaming him, or calling him names, or, you know, doing something of those sorts. So I'm glad I didn't. And what stopped me was you know, all the things that I talked about a little bit earlier about putting myself in their shoes and trying to understand why somebody would do something like that. And if you really get there and you get to a really good place, you can get to a place of, hi Deb, you can get to a place of compassion for them, and feeling, you know, that, you know, feeling that understanding of being fearful. It takes a lot of work. I'm not saying it happened overnight, but I did stop myself because I kind of knew that I would have these bad feelings. Like, you know, I'm a very positive person, and I like to keep things very positive. And by yelling at somebody about how they behave, how they decided to behave, is not exactly what I want to be doing with my time and energy. So at the end of the day, I'm really glad that I didn't call this person out. Fun fact, though, he, like, checks my Snapchats all the time. Which is funny. But, you know, whatever is going on with him, obviously he has some issues that he needs to work out, some communication issues, you know, whatever was going on with his life that he decided to do this to me. It is what it is. And I never heard from him again. And except for him checking my Snapchats. But it's just best to, again, let something like this go, because at the end of the day, we're being blessed with knowing how they communicate, how conscious they are of other people's feelings, that type of thing. So so it really is a blessing at the end of the day, and really seeking that moment of you know, revenge. Like, in that moment, you may feel good, right? But it's really a temporary feeling, right? So you never feel, whenever revenge is the #1 factor for doing anything, it's not a lasting type of happiness. So I definitely understand that. And if we could understand that in the moment, I think that would really help us to keep our cool, and really stop us from saying things that we may be embarrassed about later on, or just I don't know. Oh, and I'm not gonna say that if you do say something, thanks Deb, you know, and I think what I thought about when I thought that I would say something that I would teach him a lesson and he would get it. Here's a newsflash. You know, going back to the first thing that I said on the other live video, like, people will only meet you where they meet themselves. So by me telling them that what they're doing is not very respectful, they're not going to get it unless they want to get it, right? Unless they're ready to get it is more, I guess, of what I'm looking for, right? Because we all evolve on our own time, and we're all on our own paths. So who am I to disrupt the path, right? Like, is he really going to start listening to me if he's done it to girls, like, before me and after me? Like, it's, you know, it comes down to, and this is actually part of being, like, an HSP and an empath, like, we want to save the person, and we want to teach them a lesson, and that type of stuff. But it's really, at the end of the day, people are going to do what feels good to them, and ghosting feels good to them, clearly. So, it's really, you know, that small part of yourself that really wants to act, you know, in, you know, lash out and do the revenge thing. It's just really not, worth it in the end. So, yeah. Alright, well, I'm afraid my internet's going to go out again, so I'm going to get going. I hope this helped. I know dating is hard, and especially, like I said, as an HSP and an empath, but we just really have to keep going. I know there are some bad weeks sometimes, and there's some good weeks, but hi, Koi. I actually, I'm talking about ghosting in relationships, and possibly why people do it, and how to kind of heal from it. I was on live before and I got cut off, so I'm just kind of finishing it up with this live. But definitely catch the replay. It'll be on my page. I'll share it. Yeah. Yeah. So talking about dating being hard, you know, I just want to say keep going. Like I said, there's good days and there's bad days. But we're never going to find the people that we're meant to be with if we give up. And I know that for sure. I know that for sure. And I know the universe delivers when you really, really want it, and right at the time that you really, really need it. So I would say, you know, having a lot of trust in the universe really helps myself. Knowing that something out there, there's something out there for me, something that I've always wanted, and I know that it's there because I want it so badly. So at this point, it's just trusting the universe to give it to me at the right time. So in the meantime, forgive the ghosters and just do the best that you can. And again, I always kind of finish my lives with talking about you know, messaging me and talking about this type of stuff. I am a spiritual life coach, healer, and mentor, so I love talking about all of these types of things. I am especially loving the healing and forgiving parts of things. You know, especially as a highly sensitive person and an empath, it could be hard because we feel things really deeply. So forgiving could not, you know, usually is not the easiest thing. So I love helping other people, and if you want to reach out and talk about this stuff more, please do. And I will be back on live at Wednesday, and hopefully I will not can you be too forgiving? That's actually a very, very good question, and that's a good topic for the next live, Koi. Can you be too forgiving? That thing, I think, goes along with boundaries, and I can definitely do a live about that. Because, yeah, I actually, thank you. I'm writing that down, and I'll do a live about that on Wednesday. Because I have a lot of thoughts on that, so. Okay, cool. Yeah, so stay tuned on Wednesday. Alright, so message me if you want to talk, and, yeah, and I will see you guys Wednesday, and thank you for tuning in, and I'm so sorry that this broadcast got interrupted, but, hopefully that won't happen again. So, I'll talk soon, and bye!